today's video I wanted to do a microphone test. This is a video I've been planning for a while. I have done a microphone test before on these two mics here, but I own about 6 mics and they vary in price and quality, but I wanted to see if you guys can tell the difference and if you had a preference on your favorite microphone, whether that be the most expensive microphone or not. Maybe you think that the cheapest microphone that I have is the best. I wanted to put it to the test, so we will see. At the moment I'm recording on the Technica AT5045s, which you've seen before in a previous video, a microphone test that I did. So I'll record this section of the video on these guys, and I'll show off the mics, and I'll cut to clips where I use the other microphones. So without further ado, let's get into the first microphone. Okay, so this is the first microphone that I ever bought, that I ever spent money on, and it was around 2012, and I was in year 12, so I was about 18 years old. I didn't really have an interest in music production, but I had an interest in music, and I knew that's what I wanted to do with my life. So I was applying for music schools, and a lot of music schools, like universities, they wanted you to post on YouTube a video of you playing or singing instead of coming in and auditioning, because a lot of people, they might live hours and hours away. It's just easier if they upload to the computer. So I thought that if I had a quality sound, that I would have an edge that other people who were auditioning, they wouldn't have that edge, because they might just be using an iPhone or something to record. So I bought this, and it is the MXL, let me check here, V67i. And it comes in this beautiful wooden case. How good. And this cost me about $200, maybe $300, which was a lot of money for me. So I really wanted this microphone, and funny story, when I got it, I had no idea how to use it. But obviously I do now. Let's have a look at it. And it's got this nice clasp at the front, so just flick that open. And then open it up, and it's got this amazing blue on the inside, and that's the microphone you see there. It's pretty cool. I'll just set this box to the side. So here you have the MXL V67i, and it's got some features that I really like. Obviously it's gold on the top, and it's got this green, kind of bluey green bottom part, which attracted me, as well as the price, because condenser microphones can be very, very expensive, and this was affordable even though it was still expensive. But the main thing that was attractive is it's got this really weird feature where it's got a warm side and a bright side, and it's got this switch where you can flick between the two. So at the moment I'm on the warm side, and that gives me a more of a bassy sound. And then if I flick to the bright side, it would get more of the higher frequencies as opposed to the warm side, focusing on the lower frequencies. So if you have no means of doing post-production and EQing stuff, then this would be a pretty cool mic to use, because you can vary your sound and not do any post-production. So back in 2012, this was a pretty cool microphone to have. Anyway, let's give it a listen. See what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the MXL V67i, and it's on the warm setting at the moment, so it should be quite low. It should be picking up a lot of bass response. It's a very mellow sounding microphone. I really like this microphone. I thought it was great for the price point, for how long it's lasted me. This is an 8 years. This microphone is coming up on 9 years old. So it's lasted a very, very long time. And I think the audio quality from it is incredible. Usually I stick to the warm side, but let's flick it over and see what it sounds like from the bright side. So it's just the flick of a switch, and I'll just flick it around to the other side of the microphone onto this side here. Okay, so this is the bright side. Now I'm talking the same register and everything, but it might be picking up different frequencies. It might sound a lot different. It might sound great, it might sound terrible. I don't actually know, because I haven't used this microphone in a long time, and even when I did use it, I never used the bright side, just because I thought the warm side always sounded better, and I just stuck with just using the one side. So let me know what you guys think, whether I should keep using this microphone, whether I should use the warm side, whether I should use the bright side. I gotta say, I really do like using this microphone. I think it looks great. Yeah. It's a really nice looking microphone. I love the gold and then the green down the bottom. It's very retro looking, and I really like the option, even though it's a bit strange to me, that you can flick from a warm sound to a bright sound. Just the flick of a switch, and you've got a very different sound. Anyway, that was the MXL V67i. Let's move on to the next microphone. So I'll just put this microphone back in its case. Okay, so another microphone that I got years and years later. Well, not really actually. Probably 2014 I think I got it. Maybe 2015. Because I think I might have got it for my 21st birthday. So yeah, that would have been 2015. That was a birthday present to myself. This is the Audio Technica 4050, and it comes in another case, and over time the case broke. It's not meant to open from that side, it's meant to open from this side and then come apart, but that comes off. Anyway, that is the microphone, and it's got some cool features again. Let's have a look. Now I'll show you this mic. So that's the microphone. It was down from $1,000 to around $600. I think I paid $600 for this microphone. But yeah, usually they're around $1,000. They might have gone down since 2015 because that was 5 years ago. It's been a good mic. It acts up on me sometimes, so I don't usually use this microphone anymore because I've upgraded. But it was still a really good microphone. Now I'm going to be tested here because I don't know the names of some of these patterns. So I know you've got Omni, which is what I usually use, which is what these microphones are in right now. Don't have a choice of changing these to anything different, but this microphone has got 3 settings. So I've got Omni, which it's on right now. I've got the full circle one, so I think that incorporates both sides of this microphone. So I flick that then. And then I've also got figure 8. So I flick that over to figure 8. And again, that incorporates both sides of the microphone. Honestly, I've never used anything but Omni because I don't know why I would. Anyway, let's give the Audio Technica 4050 a test. So I should mention that with this microphone it also comes with a shock mount, or a, what do you call these things? A shock mount? Yeah. So that's really handy to have, and you always want a matching shock mount, right? Otherwise you have to buy one that doesn't match, like the previous microphone I showed you. So this microphone didn't have a shock mount that came with it, so I had to buy one. Gross. Looks terrible, but with the Audio Technica 4050, which is this microphone, it came with a shock mount. So I'll set that up now and we'll give this microphone a test. Okay, so this is the Audio Technica 4050, and it's lasted about 5 years. Now this microphone acts up on me a lot, so I'm hoping that I can get some audio testing for this video today, but we'll see how we go. If it doesn't last, then that's too bad, because then you probably will be off Audio Technica if you're looking at this video to get information about different mics because you're considering purchasing a microphone. Personally, I've had a great experience with Audio Technica, and I had a great experience with this microphone, but unfortunately it is acting up a little bit. With that said, let's hope that it is working very, very well. What do you guys think of the audio? Is it good? Because the years that I used it, I thought this microphone was really, really, really good. And I went through a uni degree for music, and I had access to studios, and I had access to a lot of different microphones. And I thought that this was up there with the top microphones that they had at my uni, and they had some top expensive microphones there. And honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between this microphone and their, $10,000 microphones that they had there. So, anyway, enough about that. What do you guys think of the Audio Technica 4050? Comment below. Okay, so that was the Audio Technica 4050. It was a great microphone, and I do recommend you buying this if you're in the market for buying a microphone that is around the $500, $600 mark, because this served me really well for about 4.5 years, and I use this all the time. Alright, let's move on to the next microphone. So usually you would record ASMR with condenser microphones. I don't know if that's too loud. Usually you would record ASMR with condenser microphones, which is what I'm recording on now. And the previous two microphones that I showed you, they were also condenser microphones. This here is a dynamic microphone, and I have actually recorded a couple of videos with this microphone because my microphones, the two that I just showed you, they just stopped working. Anyway, I got them fixed, but for a while there I was just using this, and it's still perfectly good. It's just not quite as sensitive. Now, you probably have seen this microphone before. It's very popular. Dynamic microphones are very popular at concerts. You wouldn't use a condenser microphone. Usually you wouldn't at a concert because they are so sensitive and they pick up a lot of background noise. Like even right now, recording on these microphones here, you can probably hear sounds from outside, sounds from my neighbors. This really only captures sounds when you're directly singing or talking into it. So yeah, as I said, this is a dynamic microphone, and this is the Shure SM58. Now I do gigs and stuff with this microphone. It's a great microphone. Great microphone. So let's try this one out. So this is the Shure SM58, and as I was saying before, the difference between dynamic and condenser microphones. Condenser microphones pick up a lot more sound than dynamic microphones use. So this is a dynamic microphone. So you probably can't hear any background noise, and you can only hear my voice. On the other videos that I've made, you can hear me talking, but you could also hear my neighbours' background noise, and that's because they're much more sensitive. This is still a good mic to use for recording though. I like it. I think it sounds really nice. It's obviously a lot to do with the quality. Shure is a great brand for microphones. What do you guys think? For ASMR, I much prefer using condenser microphones, and for recording in general, I use condenser microphones. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so that was the Shure SM58, I believe. Yep. Great microphone, dynamic microphone. It serves a different purpose, but you can still get a great sound out of it, as I demonstrated. Okay, so moving on to the greatest microphone that I believe is to be the greatest microphone. It's my pride and joy. I use it for mainly vocals, but I'm recording a couple of singles at the moment with my producer, and he seems to think it's pretty good. We call it the big dog because it's huge. Anyway, this is the case for it. Again, Audio Technica. They really care about the safety of the microphone. So if I open this up, like those latches, oh my, open that up, you can see all of the foam which protects the microphone. So that's the microphone there. So I'll take it out and show you guys. So it's very important to add a shock mount to microphones, so I'll just clip that in. And then it's got a little lock part here, so I just lock that in. And this is it. So this is the Audio Technica 5047. Now this microphone, I got it a little bit cheaper. I think it was $100 off. Someone gave me a good price at Store DJ in Sydney. $4,500. Feels strange saying that out loud. $4,500. I got it for $4,400. It's the most incredible microphone. I don't know if you can see inside there. Usually most condenser microphones have one, I think it's copper, maybe it's even gold panel. They have one panel, and that's what picks up the vibration, and basically that's what is then converted into sound when you record. That's exactly what's happening right now with this microphone, these microphones here. What's special about this microphone is that it has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know if you can see because of this light. You might be able to see it through there. It basically just makes it very sensitive to all different frequencies, and it helps you get the best take. So I bought this for mainly vocal recording, but as I said before, recording the singles, we thought, why not use it on guitars, acoustic guitars, and other things like cymbals and drums. So we did that as well, and my god, it's so good. So the Audio Technica 5047, $4,400. Let's see how it sounds. So this is the Audio Technica AT5047, and let's see if you guys can tell the difference between all of the other microphones and this microphone. I personally think it's miles ahead of any microphone that I've ever used, even at uni. Maybe I'm biased because I spent a lot of money on this myself, and I saved a long time, and I don't know if you've ever spent a lot of time generating enough money to then purchase something, and then you get it and it's everything and more what you thought it would be. That was the case with this microphone, so I might be biased. I might have rose tinted glasses when it comes to this microphone, but I think it's very special. I love this microphone. It's my pride and joy. Do you think the bass response in this microphone is better? Is it the same as all of the other microphones? Can you guys tell the difference between each microphone, or does it all sound the same to you? Because I notice a huge difference with the quality with this microphone. Anyway, this was the most expensive microphone, and I don't want that to sway your decision at all. This is the Audio Technica 5047. Let me know in the comments what you think of this microphone, whether it's your favorite, whether you think it's worth the money, and how it fares to the other microphones. Okay, cool. Okay, what did you guys think about the Audio Technica AT5047? Was it good? Was it noticeably different than the other microphones that you've heard? Is it noticeably different for the better or for worse? What do you think? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next microphone, or microphones because they're actually a pair, I'll show you the Audio Technica 5040s, which is these guys right here. So I'll just unclip them and show you. So this is the microphone, and it's one of my favorites. So the one over this side here is the same as this, and I really like these microphones. So these microphones, I believe they cost me about $2,000. I want to say 2,000 for the pair, not each. So I think one on their own is about $1,500, and I think the pair, they did a deal where it was like $2,200. So I think it might have just been pushing $2,000 for the two. So it's an AT5045. Sorry, that's my bad. AT5045 cardioid condenser. Let's give it a listen. So this next microphone I have used once just to test if it works. A few years ago my parents moved out of my childhood home, and I helped them clear all of their stuff out, and I went into the roof space and found all of Dad's old recording equipment. So he had this really, really old pair of headphones. These guys here, which just work. And also this. It's an old radio style microphone, and I'm really, really hoping it works. I think you unscrew this part here and put a battery in it. It's got a on and off switch, left and right, so I believe inside here it's got two microphones, and it's also got these two jack inputs, left and right, which you don't really see much anymore. So it's got stereo on the back, so it's a stereo microphone, which is wild. It's the EM704. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'd love to know who's sung into this. Obviously my dad, but I feel like he didn't get it brand new. Yeah. Anyway, let's see how this microphone sounds. So this microphone actually works. It didn't initially, but I took it apart and reattached a few wires, and it works now. Not super well, but it's pretty cool. I'll probably have to get a pop filter, even though there is one built inside. There's foam inside, but I'll get another one. But I really like the idea that I can record a video on this microphone instead of having a whole setup around me. I can just hold this mic in front of me and turn it from left side to right side, or right side to left side. I think that is so cool. The EM704 microphone from I don't know what year. I think this is so cool. I've got to call my dad and tell him about this. It's really cool that I got this working. So, what do you guys think about this old school stereo microphone? I love it. Comment down below, tell me what you think. Okay, so that's all of the microphones that I have, and hopefully you guys will comment what you think of the microphones, what microphone you thought was best, what microphone you thought was the worst. Yeah, I'm really curious to see if you guys can tell the difference and if you think price matters. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope this was informative, and as well I hope it was relaxing. I'll see you next week for another video, and I love you guys very much. Goodbye.